sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, it's Ripper here. You guys are doing fantastic today. They had a great video with the Sherman, aka the Shermanator, and this is an awesome video. Stick around till the end. Before we begin, like, subscribe, bell button below. Appreciate all the support on the subscribers. We're on our way to 2,000. We just passed 1,300, and at 2,000, we're going to give a premium DD giveaway. Can't wait. So let's get right to it. I like to start off with initial positioning. As I've always said, how to become a better DD player means how to lead and how to position. So we have normally... Again, I didn't like this idea of normally having the guys go to Charlie up at top, you see right there, but I like doing that Bravo Alpha push and contain. I have some people argue that, hey, maybe you should contest Charlie just to keep them at bay. I normally don't. I think Charlie is a waste of time and a death trap, but the only team that really succeeds, I've noticed, is the one that starts from the south, because why? You have more island cover, while the northern team really has nowhere to go other than north, and you're in the exposed open, and you're getting full broadside shots. So that's why I don't like Charlie if you're on the northern side. You can contest with the destroyer maybe if you're on the southern side, but look at Bravo Alpha. Bravo Alpha is a lot better, because that's what says the Shermanator. I am literally, look, I'm opening fire on the battleship right now. Why not? There's only, what, 6 of us, and I'm not afraid. I'm not alone, not afraid. I'm going to go ahead and start shooting and start getting fires and just start taking damage as much as I can. Wither around the Kremlin, which is one of the most powerful battleships in the game. And we're going to go ahead and maintain middle positioning of the map, because why? It gives me options to bring fire support to Charlie if they need it. But again, I like spotting for my Bravo team. See, you have the options of Bravo and Alpha that you could push. And also, Bravo and Alpha are so close together that they're a little bit more, I would say, more accessible to defend. While Charlie is so far away, it would take a while for your ships to turn back around, come back in full support. And even if you get blown out at Charlie, the enemy still has to run back at you. So again, it's just a lot of, I would say, negative factors for Charlie, but as you can see right now, Charlie's being effectively resisted, contended with our team right there, because we're in the south. And I've always noticed that the southern team has a majority of the time better cover, better fire positions, and so forth, as well as look at where I'm at. I'm firing and supporting and providing fire support, starting fires, whatever that could be. For my team, and just basically being in the middle. So we're all spread out here. We're doing pretty well as of right now, but again, yeah, it's hit or miss. Let me know what you think about the comments below about the Bravo Alpha push versus the Bravo Charlie. But right now, we're seeing if we can start some more fires on the GK. Notice I have a DD gun build that reaches out this far, and that's exactly why I build it. You never forget how well a DD gunboat main really works. They're consistent, constant firepower. Torpedoes are great, but the Sherman doesn't have great torpedoes. Only got 2 per side, so we really don't focus on that. Again, being a good DD player, again, is providing that fire support, spotting, becoming that threat, holding a position, supporting your battleship, supporting your cruisers, killing other destroyers. So right now we haven't been able to find the other destroyers. Right now we're neck and neck, 5 versus 5. So what are we going to do right here? So we're going to basically hold and support our battleships. I don't know where the other enemy team is at Bravo, but luckily we were able to hold Charlie, which is okay. Like right now they're holding just fine for now, but right now we're going to continuously support our battleships, which is the Burgonia and the Schlieffen. Schlieffen's got good secondaries, and the Burgonia's as fasting, fire reload, whatever. It's good to know your ships so you can know how to support them. Right now we have a Schlieffen pushing in because he's a secondary focus thing. We're going to have to get him right away. Now the thing I like about the Shermanator is right here, sap shells. Sap shells are one of the most powerful things in the game. I've just noticed it's just good penetration angles, higher damage rate, just don't start fires, right? So it's like an HE shell, but doesn't start fires. But look at all the damage we're getting. Look at the reload rate we're getting on the Shermanator, and that's exactly why I like the Sherman, especially for ranked or clan battles, because the amount of fire support you're putting down is very difficult to mitigate and deal with, because you just can't stop high rate of fire. There's nothing to mitigate it other than maybe smoke running away or whatnot, and that's all you can do. So keeping an eye out, looking at the battlefield mini map here, you can see there we take off the Schlieffen very good. Look how the Kremlin and the Elbing are currently trying to push Bravo, and that's exactly why I like the pushes to these. And the other team knows it, is that they're going to push Alpha Bravo hard because they need those 2 caps, because the rest of our other half of the team is stuck up at Charlie. Whoever has most caps usually wins, right? Points wise, that is. But if you kill the whole team, it's negated. But right now, look at the firepower we're putting on the Kremlin here with the sap shells. Look, we're just taking away 1,200, 1,000, 500. I mean, if you're receiving this kind of damage every second, it's kind of, you start noticing, hey, your bank account of health is swiftly going downhill. So that's why the Kremlin is backing up. Notice the power that we're causing on the Kremlin. The Kremlin is reversing rather than pushing to a destroyer. Because why? The destroyer is putting too much firepower, suppressing firepower. And I always call it the machine gunner of the DD gunboat main. You are a machine gun, literally holding off an entire flank, and that's exactly how the power of what it can do. Now look at this. This is another lesson learned. We're shooting the Elbing right now to keep him at bay, just to keep him away. He's looking at somebody else. See if we can take as much damage off the DD as possible. Know your ships. I know an Elbing doesn't have any health regen or regenerative health or whatever you want to call it, heals. And this plays a very important role down the road because you need to survive the long game. So take as much HP you can off of an opponent, because if they can't heal, taking anything off right now will help you later down in the game, because you may need that extra health, or you may need to take their health away for the long-term road. So look at this. I'm taking as much as I can. Elbing had 34,000 at the beginning of the game. I got to take him down to at least half of that, so that maybe I can survive a gun battle maybe down the road. And look, he's turning away now, so we're scaring him off. Our Burgonia is going to charge the Kremlin. Charlie Cap is just blown out right now. We don't know. It's a 50-50 shot at this point. So you know what? If I lose my Shima up there, I'm going to have to try to take Bravo Alpha at this point. Another good lesson right here. Never, ever, ever give up. I always say this. If you truly are taking this game seriously, never give up. Look at this. It looks like we're losing right now, right? It looks like we were losing. We were 3 ships, so they're 4. Then we're down to 3 versus 3, and they got a Kremlin. So guess what? Keep on pushing forward. Keep on trying. The game isn't over until the fat lady sings. Like the always saying goes, you know what? It's never over until you keep on pushing. And so we're going to keep going and hold Bravo as long as we can. We're about to lose Charlie right there, but it doesn't matter. If they take Charlie, it's going to take them a hell of a long time to push all the way back down to get Bravo Alpha by themselves. So let's go ahead and defend Bravo Alpha, because why? I could defend both of them if I'm sitting in the middle. It's just easier to defend. Now we're going to see if we can knock out the Kremlin here, see if we can do as much as we can, and we lose the Burgonia to fires. This doesn't look very good right here, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to see if we can just slowly kind of loiter in our area and be patient. Another lesson right now to be a good DD gunboat main is just be patient and let the battlefield develop. I've noticed that a lot of times when I rush in, because I don't have a high health pool amount, I'm going to die right away if I get focus fired, radared, or just torped, or whatever, accidentally torpedoed. So again, with the minimal amount of health that you have, you cannot just rush in to your death. Again, the Navy SEALs always have is like, we don't want to run to our death. So let's not do that right now. We're going to shoot some torpedoes in the gap. Look at those 2 dinky little torpedoes I have. Now, I have scored some hits with those things, but very, very, very rare. So again, as a DD gunboat main, I'm going to wait for my teammate, the Shima at the top there. He may push into into Alpha and cap it for me. I'm going to hold Bravo. We're sitting here working together. I think our movements alone is enough communication to deal with the threat. I think the Kremlin may push us, so I'm just waiting for the Kremlin to push in. Now, if the other team was smart, they would just hold what they have right now. They have 2 caps. Math holds that if you have 2 against 1, typically you're going to outwin the other team. But for some reason, I think the Kremlin gets kind of freaked out because they're getting spotted and they have no idea where the Shima is. And nothing worse than a Shima that's unspotted that's about to torp you. So I think the thought process of the enemy team here is they're going to push through that gap and push to Bravo. Now, I remember the Elbing earlier is probably pushing as well. And he probably outspots me. I think he roughly has maybe a kind of a 6.5-ish, 6.6 detection if he built for it. So I'm kind of worried. So I look at my ring, I look at my mini map, and my detection is 6.5. So I know that, hey, we're roughly around the same detection right there. See, we get spotted right there. He was at 6.4-ish, 6.5, and we're the same thing. We're going to go ahead and open fire. He pops smoke, we pop smoke as well. That's a smart thing to do. At least I know where he is. I use the smoke as a defensive role, and now we're going to use it as much as we can as farming. Now, as a DD player, remember, smoke is a torpedo magnet. I know the Elbing has torpedoes, German torpedoes, so they're slow, but there's still a lot of them. So we're not going to sit here and smoke and wait to our death, right? We're going to basically start moving forward, become a mobile target, run away, angle away from the Elbing. Because if those torpedoes come right at you, you don't want to be caught full broadside. You want to be at least a slim profile heading away so that you have options to dodge or mitigate those torpedoes. So you're going to see that later. It's going to come. We know. Kremlin is inside of the smoke as well as the Elbing. So that means there's nobody spotting for him at this moment. that I think of. Oh, I got a good fire right there. That is a lucky. Always, always another thing. Keep firing HE at a battleship and start those fires. Get them going because it's going to help you out. Wither away those health pool points as much as possible. And there are those torpedoes from the Elbing. I knew they were coming, so it's a good thing to run away. Use the smoke screen as a wall. Remember, smoke is a obstacle. Keep that in mind. You can use it to your advantage like it's an island or something and move around it and always see where and think about where is the enemy position right now and use that wall to kind of shield yourself from them as you maneuver into a better position right now to get your guns to bear. So right now the Shima is doing a great job, capped Alpha, and it's probably going to push through the gap to, actually it's pretty bold for that Shima to do it, but great job. He's going to push and try to spot for me because he knows I'm a gunboat. So my guns trained in the right direction, and the good thing about the Sherman is it's got 360 guns, so we're not worried about what direction our ship is facing as long as I got the guns in the general direction of wherever the threat is. So we're going to be ready as soon as something pops up. We're going to fire. Okay, here we go. Elbing right here. Who's going to win this gun battle right here? We're 11,400. He's got 9,000 sap shells. Look at the power of that. 2,200 off, 1,700. There's no way the Elbing can survive that. And look at that. Firepower wins the day. And boom, we are mitigated to the Kremlin. Now that no one's spotting for him, he cannot see where we're at. So this is a good thing. He has to get out of his smoke. That's another bad thing. Do not be caught in smoke with nobody spotting for you. Look at this. We're going to go ahead and full send on the Sherman right at the superstructure, and boom, splash 2 RP back to 40. We now secure the Bravo cap area, but oh my goodness, we have the Yoyang, I believe, that is still left in the game at Alpha. I tell my team, hey, cap Bravo, I'm going to go rush Alpha right now. We have 7 minutes left in the game. We are still ahead on points, but if that Yoyang DD captures Alpha, we still could be at a disadvantage of point cap. So again, what lessons did we learn right there? One, use smoke to your ability to use it to shield you. Kill the DD first. That's spotting for your other battleship teammate or opponent. The battleship, if an enemy is caught inside smoke and you can spot them with radar, hydro, and they have nobody to spot for you, you can use that to your advantage because now you get free farming. You get to shoot something that's in smoke that is just basically unable to shoot at you because they have no idea where you're theoretically at. They can blind fire at you, but that isn't a very, very key component to know about the game, the mechanics. That if the enemy is caught in smoke with nobody outside of that smoke spotting for him, take that advantage and try to spot that guy in the smoke. Fire, torpedo, shoot, whatever you can. It's free damage, and you got rid of it. Got rid of that enemy really quickly. Okay, Shima's got Bravo. Great job right there. We're at 6 minutes left. 149,000 damage, 2 kills. We are neck and neck on points, ladies and gentlemen. They got 2 points to our 1. Where is this guy at Pop Hydro? I'm not afraid of the Yoyang. He has deep water torpedo, so all he has is guns. So we're going to have to go one-on-one on this. And there he is. We spot the Yoyang right there. 5,000 health. We got 4,000. Who's going to win this gun battle right here? Let's go right to it. His guns are not facing us. He doesn't know where we're at. And now we go to town, full send on him, right with sap shells. Now, there could be an argument made if we'd switch to HE, but you know what? I was in the heat of the moment. We were just trying to get as much damage on this guy as possible. He only has a rear turret. Do we get this kill? We're about to die. He's about to die. And boom. Splash 3. RAP back to 40. We win the game. Awesome, awesome game right there. Shermanator wins the day, saves the day. Like, subscribe, bell below if you like the content, ladies and gentlemen. Please appreciate everything you guys do. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Build will be at the end of the screen, so you can take a look of how I build the Shermanator and the 4 Sherman, that is. The great gunboat DD and #1 on the team right there. We make it to gold. That was a really tough struggle, but let me know if you guys are making it a goal, what your thoughts are, anything to do to get better. But hey, those are tips and techniques. Watch the video. What can you learn from it? What can you use? Use it to your advantage so you can also bust up the Gold League, ranked, and clan battles. So hope you guys are doing well. You guys stay safe out there, and we'll see you guys on the high seas. Say hi when you're out there in the games, and be safe. Cheers.